Hello everyone, welcome to the good stuff we've been doing. Now we are going to look at a very interesting problem. It says that ABCD is a square. So we have this ABCD is a square and a circle EFGH is drawn touching the midpoint of AB, BC, CD, DA. So AB, the midpoint is this, BC, the midpoint, and also for DC and DA. And the midpoint are E, F, G, and H, just like I pointed here, respectively. And we are asked to calculate the area of the shaded portion. So this dark side here, that is the area that is required of us to calculate. A very interesting problem. Now, if you don't know the principle behind this, you might like, this is not possible. But it's actually easy to work out. So I will give you what we can do about it. Now let me tell you something interesting. This square now, this square you are seeing, if you take away this square, if you bring out this square, and after the square is brought out, and you bring out this circle as well, bring out the circle in this square, what you will have remaining is this shaded portion. This shaded portion is what will remain. So if from this square, you take away the circle, the what will remain will be the shaded part. Just like suppose you have a shape here, say an irregular shape here, and it's divided into two parts. Let's say this is the part that divides it. One of the parts, let's say, is shaded in red, not red, magenta, or I don't really know color that much, but let's say we are shading it here. And then another part here, let's see the different color. No, let's shade it in yellow. Okay, one thing is true for this figure now. If from this whole figure, let the whole figure be A. If you take away this yellow figure, what you will get is the blue figure, is the blue shape. That is what you get. You get the blue shape, because from the whole, if you take away this part here, you are going to get this part as a remainder. So from this whole rectangles, if you take away the square from the rectangle, from this square here, if you take away the circle here, this inner circle here, what will remain for us will be the shaded portion highlighted there. So I will clean up the board now and we will illustrate the concept. If you've been following my videos, these other objects I draw, they cannot be cleaned. I have to touch and delete directly. Touch and delete directly. So yeah, so I think that does the job. It's no, doesn't want to go. So now let's see what we can do here. What we should do is that we want to find the area of the shaded portion. We first of all find the area of the square. We first calculate the area of the square. Area of the square. Then from this area of the square, we will subtract the area of circle. And this will give us the area of the shaded portion. This will give us the area of the shaded portion for the same reason as I gave before, that from this square here, if you take away this circle, you will get the shaded portion remaining as part. So all we have to do is to find the area of the square and the area of the circle. Then we'll come back to this formula. Let's go and do the job here. We are given that the radius of this circle is 0.07 meters. So the area of this circle is not the area, the radius. So the radius, this radius is distance from here up to this point. So this is the radius. The radius is equals to, so radius r, this is r, is equals to 0.07 meters. Now notice now that this radius here, if we extend it this way, you will get the diameter of this square. So 2 times the radius equals to the diameter of the circle. But this diameter of this circle is also the same thing as the length of this the length of a side here. For example, this length here is equal to the diameter. They are both equal. So we can since the whole side of the square are equal, this square, the side of the square AB, which is equals to the side BC, they are all equal. They will be equal to 2 times the radius 2r. They will be equal to 2 times the radius of the circle. And the radius of the circle, let's come to this part here. I will need this, don't worry, I will need this figure here though. So the radius of the circle r is 0.07 meters. But the square itself, the side of the square is 2 times the radius, which is 2 times 0.07 meters. So that is 0.14 meters, right? I believe. But let's just leave it as 2 times 0.07 meters. So later we'll work on it. Let's work on it. So now let's come down here and see what we can do this below here now. Okay, so what we'll do now is to find the area of the square. Area of the square is length times the length, which is AB times AB. That is AB times AB, the one of the length, which is AB squared. That is the length of a square. So this is you have to square 2 times 0.07. You have to square everything in your calculator. That is area of the square. So this whole thing we evaluate to, if you take the square of 2 times, first of all, 2 times 0.07 is equal to 0.14. So this is 0.14, 0.14, sorry, all to the power of 2. So 0.14 all to the power of 2 is equal to I think 14 over 100 squared, that is 196. So no, 0.0196 meters, square meters. That is the area of the circle, area of the square. So area of square is equals to 0.0196 square meters. So that is the area of the square. Now let us find the area of the circle. First of all, note that this circle itself here, the area is pi r squared. So area of a circle, let me write it in black. Area of a circle is pi r squared. So this pi is 22 over 7. The radius is 0.07, but we are going to keep it all squared. Now this whole thing will give us, so let's punch it down. So we have 22 over 7 and I'm multiplying by 0.07, then all squared. So if you plug this in, you get 0.0154. So this is the value you get, 0.0154. So here, this is the area of the circle. On the other hand, we know that area of shaded portion is equals to the area of square, but we subtract the area of circle. So this is 0.0196. We are taking away 0.0154. So 0.0196, take away 0.0154. So you get 2 here and you get 4. Yeah, and you get so this is 0.0042. Yeah, this is 1 minus 1 is 0. So 0.0042. So this whole thing here is 0.0042. So let me be sure. So 0.0196 minus 0.0154. So yeah, that is 0.0042. So that is this, of course, centimeter, no, meter squared actually. So this is the area of this circle. The area of this, no, the shaded part we are looking for. The area is 0.0042 meters squared. With this information that we are giving here, let's see what the next problem has to say. Yeah, this problem says that a cyclist, not a cyclic, a cyclist made a 25-kilometer journey. So let's say solution. The guy ran 25 kilometers at an average speed of 10 kilometer per hour. So the average speed the cyclist was using was 10 kilometer per hour. How long did it take to complete the journey? Now, if you watch through the previous videos, we explained that speed as a quantity is given by the distance someone traveled or divided by time to complete that journey. Now here, now the cyclist make a 25-kilometer journey. Okay, so if the distance he covered is 25 kilometers. So when we come down here in this neat formula here, we have to write 25 kilometer here. Okay, all over. Now at an average speed of 10 kilometer per hour. So this speed we are given the formula, the distance for the value for the speed as well. We are given the value for the speed, which is 10 kilometer per hour. So we are going to write 10 kilometer then per hour. But I will take away this unit here. There is no point. Last we put the main thing we need in there. This is not a physics class, so I will just concentrate on the values there. Let me even wipe it off. So now the distance we are told here is 25 kilometers, and then the time, the speed is 10 kilometer per hour. But they ask us how long, so they're asking us for time. Let's call the time t. They're asking us for time. So this question here we are giving here, all the solutions are in this particular equation we have arranged here, which we are going to solve now, this particular equation. So this is how we are going to work on it. What we'll do now is to solve this equation. Let's just shift it over here and change color a bit. Let's go black. So we have 10 equals 25 over t. What we'll do is to multiply both sides by the number on denominator. So you have 10 equals 25 over t. This quantity t here, we multiply both sides by the t and then multiply here by the t. So that here will be 10t, because we don't put the times when we are writing it, and this is equals to, the t is cancelled out, this is 25. And the next thing is that we need the t only, we don't need 10 times t. So we say divide both sides by 10. So this cancel out. So t is now, of course, 10 over 25 is 2.5. So this is 2.5 hours. 2 hours 30 minutes for you. So that is how long it took the man, the he, to complete the journey. 2.5 hours. So that is the solution to the problem. Let's see what the next problem has to say to us. Okay, this problem is telling us that a man sold his watch for 1,680 naira. Yeah, I think that is it. He sold his watch for 1,680 naira. Okay, like if a man, so if he sells his watch for 1,680 naira, he will lose 20%. What did he actually pay for the watch? Okay, so solution. So he bought the watch at a particular price, and then maybe he bought it at probably 5,000, and we are told that if he sells it for this amount, he will lose 20% of the amount he bought it with. So let's find 20% of 500, so that is 20 over 100 multiplied by 5,000. Sorry, so the two zeros cancel out, so that is 20 times 50, that is 2 times 5 10, that is 1,000. So that means if he if that means if he bought the watch 5,000, like for example now, and you sell it for 4,000 naira. It's like you that means you have actually lost 20% of your money. That is what this thing is telling us. Here is why. I think I was a little bit fast there, but don't worry, uh we'll, everything will be fine. So in case you missed me, let me come back again. So the man bought a watch for 5,000. This one is just a different example I'm giving from the main problem. So let's say you lost 20% of 5,000. That is 20 over 100 times 5,000 is equals to 1,000 after we did the calculation before. So when you subtract 5,000, when you subtract 1,000 from 5,000, what you get is 4,000 naira. So that means that if you sell the watch for 4,000 naira, suppose you sell your watch for 4,000 naira, that means you have lost 1,000 naira. So you have lost 20%. So you have lost 20% of your money. So you have lost 20% of your money. Okay. So what this thing is telling us that is from this. What this thing is telling us is that from this 5,000, if we subtract 20% of our money, we will get 4,000. The money we sold the amount we sold the watch. So this thing is going to be very. This idea is, excuse, I think I overdid it. This idea is going to be very useful to us when we are solving the problem, and you will see in a minute why I say so. Usually, if you are to solve a math problem, you have to find an idea that works for you. Try to understand the problem. Don't just rush in. Like if you rush in, you might go end up finding 20% of something, or like you may end up just go finding 20% of this amount. You may just go do 20 over 100 times 1680, and whatever it gives you, you now say this is your final answer. So you have to always be careful and make sure you understand the problem carefully before you attempt to solve. So now that we have understood the problem, let us see how we can apply our understanding, and with some little effort we should be good. So here he said that the man sells his watch for 1,680 naira. Like if he sell the watch for this amount, he will lose 20% of the money. Now we don't know the amount. Say what did he actually pay for the watch? So let the amount be X. Let the amount be X. Let the amount be X. Okay, let's say he paid X naira for the watch. Let's just say he paid X naira. Now, if he sells the watch for this amount, like if from this X naira, if you take away 20% from X naira, take from X, take away 20%, take away 20%, we should get 1,680 naira. That is the trick, because remember that when we take away from 5,000, when we took away 20%, we got the amount 4,000, which if we sell it at this 4,000, we would have we would have lost 20%. So from this X here now, we will take away 20% of X, and this will give us 1,680. So let me put this in box so you know it's not among. I think that did not even work. Let's take it off. So what we'll do next is to see. So this is X minus, so 20% is 20 over 100 times X. 20 over 100x is equal to 1680. So the next thing we do is to do this X. Of course, 0 will cancel out. 2 here 1, 2 here is 5. So this is X minus X over 5 is equal to 1680. or this is 5x minus x, so 5x minus x over 5 is 1680. Now what we'll do next is to come over there and continue the good stuff. So this is 4x over 5 is equals to 1680. Just like before, multiply both sides by 5, multiply here by 5, so 4x will be 1680. But we don't multiply directly first, we may still cancel out some things, so we have to divide by 4 and divide by 4 as well. So when the 4's cancel out, x will then be, now let's see what we can do. This is, we can cancel out 2 here, 4 can go, but let's do the long division process here. So let's see, we put 4 here, no, that is too close, 4 here, and then we'll put 1680. So that is 4 times 4, that is 16. Okay, bring down 8, 2, 8, 0, 0, that is 420. Yeah, so that is 4, so this is 420 times 5, that is the x. So this 420 times 5 is 0, 25, 5 carry 2, 22. So this is, x is now 2250. So this amount is the amount he bought the watch that he sold for 1680 and lost 20%. Of course, we got the x from doing 1680 times 5 all divided by 4, all divided by 4. So let's see, now let's go to this. What we did is to do 4 here, 1, and then 4 into 1680, 4 into 1680. So 4 times 4, 16, have 16 here, so I have 80 here, 20, yeah, 420 times 4, that is 420, and then so that's 420. Then we did 420 by 5, so 5 times 0 is 0, 5 times 5 is 25, 5 carry 2, then 5 times 4 is 20, 5, no, this is 420, sorry, yeah, 420. So 5 times 2 is 10. What would 10, right? 0 carry 1, oh, that is 0 here. 5 times 4 is 20, so plus 1, 21. Okay, this is 2100, yeah. So this is 2001. Sorry about that. We wrote 450 instead of 420. So we wrote 450 instead of 420. So x should be 2100. 2100. So this is our final answer for x. So I think that is all for the problem. You can go through the video again if you are feeling uncomfortable. But I think we already explained much. It's time for us to listen to what the next problem has to say to us. Okay, this one here is telling us about students who are eating yam, and so let's see what they did and what they did with the yam. A certain number of yams is sufficient to feed 20 students for 12 days. How many days would the same number of yam feed 15 students? This problem is very interesting in the sense that if you don't reason very well, you may miss the point. Like, you may miss the point that it's actually easy. Now this problem is from a topic in maths called inverse variation. Inverse variation. Now let me tell you why it is inverse variation. First, I will explain variation. Variation occurs when you have two quantities that are related in some way. Let's say A and then B, and then it may happen that as A increases, B may also increase. For example, based on income, if your income increases, it is likely that if your income goes up, it is likely that your standard of living will also increase, because let's say you are paid more, then you will not worry about trekking some distances. You not even worry about arguing on the bus about anything. You just it makes life easier for you. So in this case, income and standard of living has direct relationship, and we call it this one, we call it direct variation. Direct variation means that as a increases b must also increase. So they are directly related to each other. So this case is called direct variation. But we have the inverse direction case. For inverse direction, now this one happens when if a increases, b must decrease. And this is the special case whereby you have some particular quantity of food that is limited, that this food is fixed. Now, if you have 5 students, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these students are to eat this food, okay, then it may be enough for them for like 3 days. But then when you have say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 students to eat the same food, it may not take them a day. It may even just be a day. And so as number of students will increases, the number of days will decrease. The number of days the food can last will decrease. So this is a problem of inverse relationship, inverse variation. Now, for these two type of variation, there is always one mathematical quantity related to them. Let's see the mathematical quantity. For direct variation, if a for a is if a is direct, if a as a increases, b must increase, then we say that a varies directly as b. Okay, and then we usually write this as a is equals to k times b. Now this k is a constant that as a is increasing, k is multiplying b. Like b is increases by a multiple of k. Let me say, assume a is 2, b is 4, and a is 4, b is 8, and a is 8, b is 16. So here now, the k takes the value 2, meaning that as any value that a have, b increases by this same value k times a. So if a is 4, b is 8, 4 times 2. If a is 8, b is 8 times 2, which is 16. So this k now tells us how related these two quantities are. If k was 3, it means that they are related in this particular way, whereby if a is 2, b will be 6. So this particular constant k is called the constant of proportionality. In the variation there, it's called the constant of proportionality, and this is the case for direct variation. On the other hand, if a increases, means that b must decrease. It means that a b is actually equals to a constant. ab is equals to k. Now here, this is for inverse case here. Now the reason why it is so that if you divide both sides by a or b, you have that a is 1 over b times k. So if a is increasing, b must be getting smaller. If a is getting bigger, b must be getting smaller. If b is getting bigger, a must be getting smaller. That is why it's ab is equals to k. That is the relationship between them. So just one more explanation to it here. So for direct variation, if a is increasing, b must be increasing as well. The relationship between them, is that a must be equals to k multiple of b, k times b. So in this case now, this k determines how fast they increase. If k takes, depending on the value k b takes, a takes, b will take different values here. On the other hand, if a decreases and b increases, the relationship between them is a b is equals to k, or a is 1 over b multiplied by k, showing you that as a goes up, b must go down, and as a goes down, b must go up as well. So that is the two relationship between them for inverse and direct proportion. So this is direct relationship, this is direct, and this is inverse. in the future videos, I'm going to make a video on variation. I suggest you just go read through your textbooks, but I believe this one is enough. Just memorize for the sake of the lesson. Just believe that this is relationship when it's direct, and believe me that this is AB equals OK is a relationship when it is indirectly. So for that sake, I'll be able to cover this video without feeling like I'm losing. Oh, I think I did too much. Okay, yeah, without feeling like I'm losing anybody. So that is why I have to explain this so that everybody will be carried along. So let's go back to the problem and see how we can approach it better this time around. So let's see. Uh, so we are going to use only this page. Let's see. Let's wipe it out. Please, you have to give me suggestion whether you prefer I use only black pen to write the videos, or you probably like the blue pen, the favorite color of your pen you like. I will incorporate it next time if I'm making the video so I can be able to serve you better. If you don't like the too much coloring, you can as well let me know in the comment. So thank you. Now let's see. So let's see. Now we're told that this a certain number of YAM feeds 20 students for 12 days. So how many days would the same YAM feed 50 students? Now we know that let X be students, number of students, and this Y be days. So since as the number of students increases, the number of days will decrease, because if more and more students are gathered, the yarn will unlikely last them for any number of days. Like if maybe the yarn feed them for 20 days when there are 100 students, if there are 200 students, the yarn may only feed them for 10 days or even less the number of days there, and even depending on how much they eat though. But this one, I assume they eat the same rate, all the students. So since the relationship is inverse here, the mathematical quantity we are going to bring in is that xy. Let me write. Let me see. Wait. No. Okay. The mathematical relationship is that xy is equals to k. So I'll write it in black. So the xy is equals to k. We are going to find this k because here they say that 20 students ate the yam for 12 days. So x is 20 times 12. So this is k. So k is 20 times 12. That is 200 and no, let's not just bother. 240. That is k. Therefore k is because 2 times 12 is 24. So 240. This means that xy is 240. So therefore hence xy is 240. Now they are asking us how many days will the same number of yam feed 15 students. So yeah, when x is 15, what would y be when x is 15? When x equals to 15, we have 15 times y is, no, this is 240. Is 240. So I multiply by 15. You multiply by 15. So here we will have that y is, I'll write this as 12 times what even? 12 times 20. So that's why I don't like to multiply out 20 times 12 over 15. So in this case, I can easily cancel 5 here 3, 5 here 4, 3 here 1, 3 here 4. So 16. So this here y would then be 16. So it will take them 16 days. Notice that from 20 days, it is not taking them 16 days, which and the students increased from 20 to 15. So of course you see as students increase, no, what, from, okay, yeah, 12 days, sorry, it's 12 days. So formerly it was 12 days, now it's 16 days because the students decreased, they decreased from 20 students to 12 students. So that will be all for this problem. Let's see what the next problem has to offer us. here we are told that a particular metal plate oblong, and when you say oblong, usually a plate should be like, a plate usually is in this form. It has inner and then the outside, no, not really, something of this shape, and then it has inner small. That is how a plate should be, curved, curved, where you dish your food. But when they say oblong, in any question you are working and you see something like oblong, it means the shape of the plate, the shape of the plate is no longer the usual plate, but probably the plate may even be like this, which is our case here. May even be like this. Or the plate may just be like this, a different shape entirely. So let's see what the problem says. See that an oblong metal plate, so 45 centimeter by 35 centimeter. So this should tell you that the plate is in form of a rectangle. Let's say 35 by 45 or 48. Okay, 48. You may even put 48 here and 35 here. We have already chosen one. So the weight is 3 kilogram, and then a piece exactly equal to 70 square meter in area is broken off. So find the weight of this piece. Okay, so in this our plate here now, you now get that some part of it has been broken off, was cut off. Let's represent the parts. See, this part was cut off, and that the area of this part is 70 centimeter square. That is area of this part that was taken off. The area of this part is 70 centimeters squared, and we are asked to find the weight. What is the weight? So what is the weight of this piece that has been broken off from this metal plate? And the way to do this is to see why this 3 kilogram was put there. Well, this 3 kilogram is related to this main plate, the complete plate without the side breaking off. And let us find the area and let us express the area in terms of the weight. Okay, so area of this figure here, area of the oblong plate, area of the oblong plate is 35 times 48. Why? Because area is length times the width. So the length is 48, the weight is 35. So you plug in here, you get the area. Okay, I will not multiply full, just as I always explain, because I may cancel out later on. So that is the area, but we are told that this area, so this 35 times 48 centimeter, no, that is not 48. Let me just wipe it out completely. Okay, let me take it off. So 35 times 48 centimeter all squared is equals to 3 kilogram. So let's see what 1 cm equal. Divide both sides by 35 times 48 centimeter squared. No, not this, not centimeter. Let's see, only by 38 times 35 times 48. This should equal still the same 3 divided by 35 times 48. So this strike out each other, and then here we now get the whole thing being equal to, that is this telling us that 1 centimeter square, one area, 1 square unit area. Here we can see that 3 here is 1. 3 into 48 is 19. So this is 1 kilogram over 35 times 19. Yeah, I believe, because 3 here 48. Okay, 1 8 9 times, no, 6, so that is 16. 6 times 9 is 18, so that is 16. So that is 16 here. So here we are getting 16. So 16, no, wait. So yeah, so we're getting 16 here. So what we'll have next is that uh if we recall that this one this particular piece cut off is 70 centimeters squared. Okay, the piece cut off has an area equal to 70 centimeters square. But here now we are told that 1 centimeter squared is equals to 1 kilogram over 35 multiplied by 19. Not really 19. The 19 has already got in my head. Multiplied by 16, just as we learned here, that this is what 1 kilogram equals. That 1 kilogram is, 1 centimeter square is 1 kilogram, 1 over 35 times 16 kilogram. So what we'll do now, we're looking for 70. So we're going to multiply both sides by 70. So when we multiply both sides by 70, 70 centimeters squared would then be 70 kilograms. 70 times 1 here. 70 kilogram all divided by 35 times 16. And you see why I don't usually cancel that, because here now we can see that 5 here is 7. And then 5 here, 70 times, be patient with me, 5. So this is 2. So this is 14. So 5 here is 14. So let's write it first. Let's not cancel too much. So 70 centimeters squared will be now 14 kilogram all over 7 times 16. But then 7 here is 1 and 7 here is 2. Okay. And then 2 here is 1 and 2 here is 8. So this 70 centimeters squared, this one we have a weight of 1 over 8 kilogram. 1 over 8 of a kilogram. So you see how interesting we have gotten the final answer. If we had cancelled beforehand, let's say we cancel and multiply. Let's say we did multiply 35 and multiply by the I think we got 48 there. We will have too much value when we are working. So rather than leaving it like that is better for us, because we know we can cancel something later on. So 70 cm square, the weight of this part cut off is now equal to 1 over 8 kilogram, while the full part, it has a weight of 3 kilogram, and this is 1 over 8. This is 1 over 8. So that is it for this problem. Let's see what the next problem has to say to us. Okay, here we are told that 1,800 persons went for a club, okay, cinema rather. So they went for a cinema, and then this amount they paid this percentage, like 15 over 2% paid 19 kobo, and then you have that 25% paid 13 kobo each of they paid each, and the rest paid 8 kobo. So the remaining paid 8 kobo each as well. What was total amount paid for the admission? Well, total amount paid, so let's write our solution. Total amount paid will equal, first of all, amount paid by the 15% of them. Amount paid by sorry, that is not a B. Amount paid by 15 over 2% of the population, 1,800. Okay, so that is the amount paid by this percentage of the population, and plus amount paid by 25% of this population as well. So the amount paid by 25% of them, and then we are going to add it to the amount paid by the rest of the population. So Let's do them one by one. First of all, we do the amount paid by 15/2% of the population. So that is that one we highlighted it in blue. So we are going to use blue to find that amount. Okay, so we have that 15/2% paid paid 19 kobo. How many people pay this amount? That's what we're going to each. So what we'll do that we're going to find out how many people pay this amount. Then since each of them paid 19, we multiply the number by 19 to get how much they paid in total. So 15/2% of 1,800 actually equal 15/2 divided by 100, like 15/2 divided by 100 to equal, that is times, sorry, times to multiply 1800. The way this happens is that this is 15/200. The 100 comes here and multiply by 2 times 1800. Of course the two zeros will cancel out, and then 2 here is 1, and then 2 here is 9. 45, it's not 45 actually. 15 multiplied by 9, this is 45. 4, 9 times 1 is 9 plus 4, that is 13. So this is 135. So you have 135 persons paid 19 kobo each. So in all, this blue part here, for the blue part we get 135 multiplied by 19. That would be, so let's just punch it in the calculator here. So we are giving 135 multiplied by 19. So that is 2,565 kobo. That is for the blue part. Now let's find out the green part, people. That is the part that 25% paid 1,800. So what we'll do is to go over. So 25% of 1,800, they paid how much each even? They paid 13 kobo each. They paid 13 kobo each. So this 25% is 25/100 multiplied by 1,800. Two zeros cancel out. That is, it means to do 25 times 18. Still a large number for me. So we have 25 times 18. So we have 450. Not really that. It's not really that large. Just 450. Are you sure I did it well? When I see this 25 times 18, I think I thought I would be getting a very large number, like 7 million or 7,000. But yeah, I'm getting just 450. So, well, so this is 450 persons. So each of these 450 persons, each of them paid 13k. So total paid equals 13 times 450. So this amount, this one should be large now. So 13 times 450, we are getting 5,850 kobo paid for the green people. So let's put it down here. So these guys, they paid, this is plus 5,800 and I think 850. It remains to find out how much the dark people paid. Not really dark. So the dark people, let's see. Here we have, there's no percentage given for them. We're only told that they paid 8k each. But let's see. First of all, the total population we are given was 1,800, and then we have to subtract those that paid 450, the green people, And then we still subtract. Okay, those people are also blue people. We still subtract those that paid 135. So the no, 135 persons. So 450. So this is 1,800 minus 450 plus 135. So this is 586. So 685. So you have 1,800 minus 685. So that is 1,115 persons paid 8k. Okay, so paid 8k. That means they paid they pay a total of 1,115 multiplied by 8. So we have 1,115 or multiplied by 8, which is 8,920. So for the last part here, we have this is kobo. This is plus 8,920 kobo. If you add this kobo and add this kobo and add this kobo, you should get the amount they all paid for the admission. I think that is all. You can just add it by yourself and punch in the values there. Thank you for watching, and if you like my content, please do subscribe and like this the this video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.